Hey guys, just wanted to give a brief update today to kind of let you know where I am. Obviously this is the layout. I've been going around kind of taking off some sections of track that were damaged in the move. I guess just to kind of give you an update on where things are, you can see down here at this end, I've taken the track off of the curves the whole way around, both sides. So the main reason for that, in the centers of the curves on both sides, there were some areas where the track at the joints where the track was kinking. So I'm going to try a different method of laying the track in those areas. So I just decided to go ahead and remove it. You can see there are some sections of cork that have to be replaced. You know, all of the turnouts are fine, luckily. I had to obviously snip the feeder wires where they were soldered onto the track. You know, there's still some ties that are glued down there that I have to remove. Obviously, you can see sections of cork missing. So, you know, I guess the bench work is fine. I'm not too sure about anything else at this point. It's just kind of frustrating after not being able to come out here and work on it for such a long time, and then, you know, to realize that, you know, it's not like starting over, but it's almost like starting over. So with that said, I don't know if I'm going to make any changes to the layout as it was. I am going to add a couple of sections though. So we'll talk about that, and then, you know, don't want this to be too long of an update, but just to kind of let you know where I am. The end of the peninsula here, I think I'm going to actually take that apart and relay the masonite sub-road bed that is underneath the foam. I need to get that whole peninsula leveled out. So I may, as I'm talking here, just cut this peninsula back off where I joined it together and just put a new one in there. Obviously I could still use the structure, the bench work, but I just want to take the top off and maybe, you know, put a new piece on the peninsula, because it's looking pretty sad right now. Over there on the other side, you can see the yard is got a few tracks in it. There's some places where I had to remove the track. Also, putting the bench work back together, when I did that, oh gosh, it's been, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago now. Things were laying in the corner over there, and, you know, I was trying to get this back up and level, and there were some spots in where I joined the bench work back together that it's not level, so I'm going to have to fix that as well. So, remember like 3 years ago when I started this layout? Well, you know, it's not a whole lot different than then. So what am I going to do differently? You know, again, probably nothing much in the original track plan, but you can see down at that end where I've got that material stacked against the wall. Oh, one other thing before I go down there, over here are the breaker boxes for the house, and when I put this thing, we'll put the layout back up, I guess I wasn't paying attention, and it's sitting underneath the breaker boxes over here, so I'm going to have to slide the layout away so I can get a backdrop up there, at least so it doesn't look like we have giant breaker boxes floating in the air above the trains. So I'm going to slide the layout a bit to the right as you're viewing this. And then down in the corner, where all that building material is, I'm going to make an extension probably from the edge of the door frame down to the wall. And I'm guessing that's probably 10 feet long. So it's going to extend to the right. And so I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there yet. I do have the Walther's Lumberyard, and the name is escaping me right now. Let me walk back here. Mountain Lumber. Sorry. I have the Mountain Lumber sawmill. I have the planing mill that goes with that, and I also have the outbuildings that go with that. So I need a fairly big spot to put all those together, and I'm thinking down there in that area. So that'll give me probably, by the time I slide the layout over, 2 by 10 anyway, probably a little bit more than 2. There's probably 3 feet in there now. So I got to move the layout 6 or 8 inches. So probably 2.5 by 10. Anyhow, so I think that's where the lumber mill is going to go. And I'll put in a turnout just past where the door frame is now, about where that section of track is picking up, halfway down there, and we'll, you know, shoot on over into the lumberyard area. So the second thing, there was a guy who was my neighbor who I met just after I moved in, and his house was for sale, and so went up there and had a garage sale, and he had this layout table. It's a 4x8 table built that he never got to actually put trains on. So I went ahead and bought it from him, and right now all of my stuff is on there, packaged up. What you see, the loose cars down there to the left, I had a bit of an accident, as you might imagine, so those are all cars that need work done to them. So it's 4x8, and what I may do with this, if I don't reduce the width, you know, from 4 down to like 3 or something, I may just leave it there and bridge from this area at the end of the table there on the left over to the layout. So put a turnout there where that box is, and run a double track over here and have this be a fairly large yard. So again, lots of work to do, but lots of potential as well. So I have, in addition to the layout to work on, I have a bunch of models, buildings and such that I purchased, a few new locomotives, and some other things. So maybe in the next week or two, as I kind of sort through what I have and find out again what I actually do have to work with, I may put another video together, just kind of sitting that stuff out on the table and saying, well, here's what I've done in the last year. Instead of working on the layout, I bought all this stuff. So anyway, appreciate all the new subscribers. For all of you that have been with me for a long time, I appreciate that, and always enjoy hearing from you, comments and such. So if you have suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Talk to you soon.